A warm welcome to your Barbados Today evening news update for Wednesday, July 7. A wave of strong condemnation from across the region to the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. Prime Minister Mia Mottley joined her counterparts today describing the act as atrocious. The Haitian president was shot dead by gunmen with high-caliber weapons at his private residence early this morning. His wife was also shot multiple times and was transported to Florida for treatment. Prime Minister Mia Mottley said, "Violence can never be a solution and must be rejected in all circumstances." Barbados' ambassador to CARICOM, David Commichon, told Barbados Today it's a tragic moment for the region.
It is something that we abhor. We would never wish to see this as part of our Caribbean community political culture, and so our condolences go out to the family of President Jovenel Moïse, his associates, and indeed to all of the people of Haiti. Haiti is in a very serious crisis. It has been in a very serious political crisis for at least the past 2 years. But that crisis has been significantly worsened and made so much more dangerous with the assassination of the president.
He added that the situation in Haiti has been a major concern for CARICOM leaders, and while the grouping made attempts to help, Haitian authorities failed to respond.
It needs to be said that over the last, say, 2.5 years, CARICOM has been consistently offering its good offices to Haiti. On more than one occasion, CARICOM had indicated to President Moïse and his administration that we wanted to send a team of persons into Haiti to get a better understanding of all the issues confronting the country, so that CARICOM could play a role in helping Haiti to solve the crisis that was developing. And those overtures were never really accepted. Mm-hmm. Haiti always seemed to be looking to the north, to the United States of America, to the Organization of American States, and entities like that, rather than to CARICOM, which in my opinion is very regrettable.
Interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph has declared a state of siege in Haiti following the assassination. In an address to the nation, the acting Prime Minister said justice will be served.
Haitian people, stay calm as everything is under control. The Council of Ministers gathered to ensure the continuity of the state. President Jovenel Moïse will not die without getting justice.
In other news this Wednesday, there's been a spike in COVID-19 cases in Barbados. 12 new positive cases, 3 females and 9 males, were identified on Tuesday, July 6, from 766 tests conducted by the Best de Santos Public Health Laboratory. 35 people are in isolation. The number of confirmed COVID-19 cases recorded since March 2020 is 4,108. To date, the Public Health Laboratory has carried out 190,749 tests. A total of 95,695 first doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered under the National Vaccination Program, and 71,703 people have received second doses and are fully vaccinated. Power was restored to more sections of the island today, and according to the Barbados Light and Power Company, only 8% of the island is without power supply. Communications advisor Nicole Scanterbury said they are putting measures in place to reach full restoration in the shortest possible time.
We have fully restored 92% of our customers. Between last night and this morning, our crews have worked to safely restore the North Point feeder, servicing customers in St. Lucie, Chance Hall, Pike Corner, Baltic, and the Mount, the Sam Lords feeder, servicing customers in St. Philip, Union, and Ruby, the Sunbury feeder, servicing customers in St. Philip and St. John, Sunbury, Padmore Village, Church Village, Otterson, Moncrief, Rosegate, Tree Houses, Bayfield, East Point, a part of Merrick's and Stuart Hill. The Belle Plaine feeder, servicing customers in St. Andrew and St. Joseph, Portland and Daintree Hill. The Dukes to Bulkley feeder, servicing customers in St. John and St. Joseph, Four Roads, Lemon Arbor, Rosegate, Blackmans, Horse Hill, and Suriname, and the Holetown feeder, servicing customers in St. James, Sandy Lane, and Holetown.
Scantlebury said there remain many smaller pockets of outages that will take more time and effort to resolve.
These circumstances are unfortunate and trying for all. We remain as committed as we were at the start of the restoration efforts on Saturday, July 3rd, to seeing each customer safely restored in the shortest possible time.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, in the Bahamas, investigators are trying to get to the bottom of what led a plane with 2 pilots on board to crash in bushes shortly after takeoff at the Treasure Cay International Airport on Monday. We get the details in this report from Our News Bahamas.
The aircraft never lifted off, never took off. It never rotated. It just accelerated and plowed into the end of the runway.
Chief Investigator Captain Delvin Major says, according to reports, after startup, the aircraft took quite a while before it started its takeoff roll onto the runway. The Israel Aircraft Industries West Wind twin-jet aircraft then used the entire runway, with eyewitnesses stating that the aircraft struggled to get off the ground. Major says the aircraft ended up 2,000 feet beyond the runway in bushes, hitting several trees along the way as the plane became engulfed in flames. First responders were met with intense rain, which hampered rescue attempts. Our news understands that authorities worked well into the evening to recover the bodies.
The rain came down after, so that hampered, somewhat of trying to. There was no need. You couldn't help them anyhow because they already perished. There was no sign of life. They were still strapped in their pilot's seat.
Investigators confirmed that according to a filed flight plan, the plane was set for Lynden Pindling International Airport.
On the international front, the White House says it may be worthwhile to review anti-doping rules in sport after American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson tested positive for cannabis use and could not be selected for the Tokyo 2021 Olympics. More in this report from Reuters TV.
Richardson, who was expected to be one of the biggest draws in Tokyo, accepted a 1-month ban for the prohibited substance, which she said was to cope with her mother's death. Her suspension wiped out her win at the Olympic trials, making her unable to compete in the individual 100-meter event. Selection for the relay team was her only remaining hope of competing at the Games, but U.S. Track and Field on Tuesday declined to select her. In an interview with CNN, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki responded to the controversy, saying, quote, "We know the rules are where they are. Maybe we should take another look at them." Adding, quote, "We certainly have to respect the role of the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency and the U.S. Olympic Committee and the decisions they make. But it is sad, and we do wish her luck and look forward to seeing her running as the fastest woman in the world, and for years to come." In response, USADA CEO Travis Tygart said the World Anti-Doping Agency was the global arbiter, saying, quote, "While the U.S. government has a seat at the table to provide feedback and will continue to speak up for athletes, we are ultimately bound to the WADA rules." USA Track and Field said on Tuesday that its heartfelt understanding lies with Sha'Carri, but that out of fairness for other athletes, it had declined to select her for the team.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.